If you're into buying this popular compact SUV, make sure to check out these 7 problems with the Nissan Rogue before you sign anything. You might like how it looks and all the features it has, but there are some downsides you should know about. It may look like a great value, but the Rogue lags behind the competition in many ways, including performance, comfort, and technology. Number 7. Disappointing real-world economy. On paper, the Nissan Rogue's fuel efficiency numbers look quite appealing. The EPA rates this crossover at 30 miles per gallon city and 35 miles per gallon highway, which places it among the most efficient options in the compact SUV segment. These official ratings certainly catch the attention of budget-conscious buyers looking to minimize their fuel expenses. But the reality on the road tells a different story. Many Rogue owners report significantly lower fuel economy in everyday driving conditions. Real-world efficiency drops way under 30 miles per gallon combined, which represents a noticeable gap from those EPA estimates. This discrepancy becomes particularly pronounced during highway driving with passengers and cargo aboard. The culprit behind this efficiency shortfall lies in the 3-cylinder turbocharged engine's behavior under real-world conditions. While laboratory testing scenarios favor this powertrain's design, actual driving situations, with varying loads, weather conditions, and driving styles, reveal its limitations. The turbocharger frequently engages to provide adequate power, which inevitably impacts fuel consumption more than expected. City driving presents additional challenges for achieving optimal efficiency. Stop-and-go traffic patterns don't allow the engine to operate in its most efficient range, and the CVT transmissions programming tends to keep the engine working harder than ideal during frequent acceleration cycles. For families expecting to match those EPA numbers consistently, the Rogue's real-world fuel economy can become a source of frustration at the gas pump. Number 6. Uninspiring and unrefined engine. Nissan's decision to replace the previous generation's naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine aimed to improve both efficiency and performance. The 1.5-liter VC turbo unit produces 201 horsepower, which on paper suggests a meaningful upgrade over the previous engine's output. However, the performance gains in daily driving aren't as substantial as those numbers might suggest. Acceleration feels remarkably similar to the previous naturally aspirated setup, with 0 to 60 times remaining in the 8-second range. The CVT transmission's tuning seems to prioritize smoothness over responsiveness, which can leave drivers wanting more immediate power delivery when merging onto highways or climbing steep grades. The 3-cylinder configuration introduces refinement challenges that 4-cylinder engines typically avoid. Even with Nissan's variable compression technology, this engine produces vibrations and sounds that feel less polished than traditional 4-cylinder units. At idle, the engine exhibits a subtle but noticeable tremor that transmits through the cabin, particularly when the air conditioning system cycles on and off. Under acceleration, the engine note becomes more prominent and less pleasant than competing 4-cylinder powertrains. The turbocharger's operation adds complexity to the sound signature, creating a somewhat industrial character that doesn't match the Rogue's otherwise refined personality. While the engine performs its duties adequately, it lacks the smooth, quiet operation that many buyers expect from a family-oriented crossover. Number 5. Sound insulation. The Nissan Rogue provides a generally comfortable riding experience with a well-tuned suspension that absorbs road imperfections effectively. The seats offer good support for long journeys, and the cabin feels spacious and airy. However, one area where the Rogue falls short of expectations involves acoustic comfort. Road noise intrusion becomes particularly noticeable at highway speeds. The sounds of pavement texture and tire contact with the road surface penetrate the cabin more than what you'd experience in leading competitors. This issue becomes more pronounced with certain tire brands and tread patterns, suggesting that the vehicle's inherent sound deadening could be more comprehensive. Wind noise around the windows and mirrors also contributes to the acoustic concerns. During highway cruising, conversations require slightly elevated voices, and the audio system volume needs adjustment upward to maintain clarity. The rear passengers in particular experience more road noise intrusion due to their proximity to the rear wheel wells. Tire noise varies significantly depending on road surface conditions. Concrete highways generate more intrusive sounds than asphalt surfaces, and wet conditions amplify the acoustic issues. While the Rogue isn't exceptionally loud compared to budget-oriented competitors, it doesn't achieve the hushed cabin experience that premium compact SUVs deliver. Number 4. Not the best infotainment around. Modern crossover buyers expect sophisticated technology integration, and the Nissan Rogue delivers an impressive array of features, including wireless smartphone connectivity, multiple USB ports, and a comprehensive suite of driver assistance systems. The available 12.3-inch touchscreen provides generous display space for navigation and multimedia functions. Despite this technological abundance, the infotainment experience lacks the polish found in several competitors. The system's response times can feel sluggish when switching between functions or loading navigation routes. Menu structures aren't always intuitive, requiring multiple steps to access commonly used features. Graphics quality and resolution fall behind what key rivals offer in their latest systems. Text appears somewhat pixelated on certain screens, and the overall visual presentation feels dated compared to more modern interfaces. The system occasionally experiences minor glitches, such as delayed audio connectivity or temporary screen freezes. Navigation functionality, while adequate, doesn't match the sophistication of smartphone apps or premium automotive systems. Route calculation takes longer than expected, and real-time traffic integration isn't as seamless as what drivers experience with dedicated navigation apps. The backup camera image quality also lags behind segment leaders, particularly in low light conditions. Number 3. Less rear legroom than some competitors. The Nissan Rogue's interior packaging prioritizes front seat comfort and cargo space, which results in a spacious and accommodating environment for drivers and front passengers. The front seats offer excellent adjustment ranges and comfort levels that work well for adults of various sizes. Rear seat legroom measurements tell a different story when compared to class-leading competitors. The Rogue provides 37.9 inches of rear legroom, which proves adequate for most passengers but falls short of what several rivals offer. The Honda CR-V delivers 40.4 inches, while the Subaru Forester provides 39.4 inches of rear legroom. This space limitation becomes apparent when adults occupy both front and rear seats simultaneously. Tall front seat passengers who adjust their seats for optimal comfort will reduce rear seat space to levels that feel cramped for adult passengers. Families with teenagers or adult children might find the rear accommodations less generous than expected. The rear seat cushion height and angle compound the legroom constraints. Passengers find themselves sitting in a position that emphasizes the limited space, particularly for those with longer legs. Knee clearance becomes minimal when the front seats move to their rearward positions. Number 2. Rock Creek is mostly an appearance package. Nissan positions the Rock Creek trim as the Rogue's adventure-ready variant, and its visual presentation certainly suggests enhanced off-road capability. The distinctive exterior styling includes black cladding, unique wheel designs, and roof rails that create an appealing, rugged appearance. However, the Rock Creek's off-road enhancements remain primarily cosmetic rather than functional. The suspension receives no modifications for improved ground clearance or enhanced articulation. The standard all-wheel drive system carries over unchanged, without additional low-range gearing or locking differentials that serious off-road situations require. Ground clearance remains at the standard 8.4 inches, which matches the regular Rogue models. Approach and departure angles don't improve with the Rock Creek package, limiting its ability to navigate steep inclines or rough terrain that genuine off-road vehicles handle confidently. The Rock Creek does include some practical additions like all-weather floor mats and enhanced interior trim pieces. However, these upgrades focus on convenience rather than capability enhancement. The tires, while slightly more aggressive in appearance, don't provide meaningful traction improvements for serious off-road adventures. Genuine off-road competitors like the Subaru Outback Wilderness or Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road offer substantial mechanical modifications, including enhanced suspension systems, skid plates, and specialized traction management systems. The Rock Creek's modifications don't approach this level of off-road preparation. For buyers seeking authentic off-road capability, the Rock Creek represents a styling exercise rather than a functional upgrade. While it delivers visual appeal and some convenience features, families planning serious outdoor adventures will find its capabilities limited to maintained trails and basic camping access roads. Number 1. Higher trims are expensive. The Nissan Rogue's entry-level pricing appears competitive within the compact SUV segment, with base models starting around $33,000. This pricing strategy attracts budget-conscious buyers who want crossover versatility without premium price tags. However, the price escalation becomes steep as buyers move up the trim ladder, seeking desirable features. The mid-level SV trim, which includes many features that buyers consider essential, pushes the price well into the upper $30,000 range. The range-topping Platinum models approach $45,000, which places them in premium compact SUV territory. Options packages further accelerate the price increases. Adding features like the panoramic sunroof, premium audio system, and advanced safety technologies can easily push a well-equipped Rogue beyond $40,000. At these price levels, the Rogue competes against larger mid-size SUVs that offer more space and capability. Value comparison with competitors reveals the Rogue's pricing disadvantage in higher trims. The Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4 offer similar feature content at lower prices, while the Mazda CX-5 provides more premium materials and driving dynamics for comparable money. The Rogue's resale value performance also lags behind segment leaders, which affects long-term ownership costs. While Nissan offers attractive lease deals and incentives, buyers financing their purchase actually face higher total ownership costs compared to alternatives with stronger residual values. But even with these weak spots, the Rogue remains a solid choice in the segment. And let's not pretend that rivals are flawless. They have weaknesses too. Check out this video about the problems with the Mazda CX-50 you must know, which you can now see on the screen. Mazda's crossover may stand out in luxury and style, but it has a couple of serious limitations too.